Man, I'm pumped up for this. As I've been saying all show long, I have been a big fan of this guy's for quite some time. Movie Goodfellas, and of course, one of the great baseball movies, Field of Dreams, one of the great sports movies, and he's a star of the upcoming television event on the History Channel. It begins Memorial Day night at 9 Eastern Time. That's a show called Texas Rising. Ray Liotta, good to see you, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. I mean what I say. You know,
oh, thanks.
And you know, you see stuff that's on the walls here when you walk in. There's a Goodfellas poster that I've had forever.
Really?
Yes.
Where'd you get it?
I got it at a charity auction.
Huh.
And it's on the wall. And you signed it. You signed it.
Rafi.
What do you mean? It's not on the. Okay, our stage manager coming. That's it. You've taken it off the wall.
Yeah, it's not my signature.
What do you mean it's not your signature?
This is not my signature, buddy.
Down there?
You got ripped off.
No, I did not.
Yeah,
You're kidding me.
I don't do a frou-frou L like that, and I don't cross it.
So that is not yours, because it's signed by you, De Niro, and Pesci, and I spent at least 4 figures on this thing.
Get out of here.
Yes.
You're a sucker. No, that's.
Now you're being serious. That is definitely not your signature.
Yeah, I'm.
Scorsese. It says Scorsese signed it down there too. Look at that underneath.
That's his.
That is.
I'm not sure that Bob's. Because I can only remember signing really like 5 that was complete. And there was never like one of those signings where you all lay there. I mean, I could sign it for real.
Yeah.
At least I could double it.
Please, do what you wish. If that is, do you know if that's Pesci's? Do you know if that's Joe's?
No, that's him.
No, I know that's him.
I know.
Do you know if that's his signature?
I don't know Joe's signature.
Okay.
Rich, you show that to every guest that walks in here.
Yeah,
Sure.
This is hanging in it, so every guest that walks in here, this is one of the first things that they see in the hallway. You sure?
We'll take care of it later. Rafi.
Yeah. What do you got? He's got an axe. Are you serious?
Do you want the real?
Yeah, sure. But you know,
I mean, it's gonna hurt the.
Okay. You're.
Oh no, it doesn't. Oh, that's me.
You just smacked yourself in
a
your
heart attack. We'll do it later.
Okay.
But that's not me.
Yeah, you just banged yourself. You just cracked the glass. So we could take it out, smash the glass. I mean, you got at this point.
No, it's not glass. Though. It's not really glass.
It's like a plexi.
But we'll do it. We'll fix it.
Okay.
But you got ripped off.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
How are you feeling now, Rich? Knowing
He's holding onto the axe.
All right, so ask me a question.
Oh my gosh. You put the axe down. This is fantastic. I'm I don't even know where to go with this, because that has been one of my most prized possessions for some time. And you are the real McCoy saying that it's not your signature.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Ray Liotta here on The Rich Eisen Show. We might as well start with that. What was that like shooting? Did you know you were part of a monumentally special cinematic achievement at the time?
No,
Did you know?
No, that was only my 4th movie. I did Field of Dreams was my 3rd, then this. And I really wanted to get it. I was the first person that Marty met, and then it took about a year to finally land it. And when I did, it was like, because I didn't really start acting until college. I had no idea what I wanted to do. My dad said, go wherever you want. Matter of fact, talking about Jim Kelly, I went to the University of Miami.
Yes.
But when they were horrible, because he was a quarterback down there, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but when I was there, they were horrible. 70, 73, 74, right around then. And that's when I started acting. I forgot what I was saying. My mind's going in 10 different things. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, did I really hurt my head there? It's a crack.
Of all the places for you to smash it, it was directly in the forehead of you in the movie poster right there. But it's all good, because we're going to take that thing apart. If that's not your signature, I need your actual John Hancock on that. But so you were the first to sign up with Scorsese for Goodfellas?
And so I never wanted to act or anything, so in the 70s, when I just decided I would want to act or try it, I would just watch all the 70s movies, and there they were. You know, those were the guys that I really wanted to work with one day, and I was lucky enough to do it. Because I first started out doing a soap opera on Another World, and I played the nicest character in the world, Joey Perini.
Joey Perini on Another World.
On Another World, yep.
And then, so at one point, you find out De Niro, Pesci, Sorvino, they're all part of this thing. What did you think when you heard that you're going to end up acting with these guys?
Wow, it was just incredible. At first, Bob wasn't signed on, and I'm just learning about this now because Scorsese, we did a whole thing for the 25th anniversary
of
Playboy.
Jon Stewart was
for that, but I learned some things in that article, and Bob wasn't attached then, and Bob came in after. And once Bob came in, they said it was okay for me because they needed a big star in order to give the okay with me. Marty wanted me. Erwin Winkler, the producer, didn't. I just learned. And I saw him in a restaurant and went up to him and said, look, I really want to do this part, and talked to him, and he said, yeah, but they needed Bob to sign on in order for it to happen.
And then he did, and then you shoot, and then obviously...
But no, I had no idea that it was going to be, that was the point, that it was going to be what it is. It was only my 4th movie. All I knew, I was having fun, and now that it's out, my mom was sick during it and passed away in the middle of the movie, so, you know, there was a lot of different emotions going on.
That was going on with you. What was it like shooting that scene with Joe Pesci, the famed scene about I'm a clown, Did you at some point, when you were in the middle of that, think he is potentially being serious with me at any point in time?
Well, what happened is we were doing rehearsals, and we had 2 weeks rehearsals, which is unheard of for a movie. That happened to Joe. So we were just talking, and Joe mentioned about this experience that he had at a restaurant in Queens. And he said something to the guy, and that's, you know, he said, oh, you're a funny guy, and the guy turned on him, and then only to be a joke. And Marty really liked that idea and thought, you know, it would be great, because I think it happened, I've only seen the movie twice.
That's it?
Yeah. So, I think
I've done that in a night, by the way, Ray.
You what?
I've seen it twice in a single night in my life.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's nice.
Yes, and I'm not the only one. I mean...
Can you do my lines?
Which scene? What do we got?
I don't know.
You didn't think I'd give you that answer?
No, I didn't. I can come back on you and say, prove it, but then... where was I?
So you were saying about the Pesci scene, the clown scene.
So he told that story.
Yeah.
And then so Marty said, all right, why don't you guys just try to improv it? So we, you know, for a few times, we went back and forth, and then Marty started shaping it, and then he said, all right, this is how I like it, and then we put it in stone. Then it became part of the script. And then we only improv'd, we did it a couple times, and then at the end, it got quiet, but Marty didn't turn off the camera, and then I said, you know, you really are a funny guy, and that's when he got up and did the gun, and so that was kind of made up on the spot.
That was ad-libbed, where you say, you know what, you are a funny guy.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, I could speak to you about this all absolutely the whole night. I mean, I could actually do that. I'm sure you must. Do you get that a lot? Certainly walking around maybe in New York City specifically?
Yeah. A lot of people come
up.
What happens now, which is, I was just, my daughter, who's 16, her friend plays lacrosse. So I like to go watch her friends play. And I was watching the lacrosse over at Pally High, and an 11, 10-year-old kid came up to me and said, I really love Goodfellas. I said, whoa, what kind of parents do you have, dude? That's like just not right.
Maybe the Hills. Could be Henry and Karen Hill.
Could have been.
You know?
All different ages, though, come up now, so... Nice.
It truly is incredible. It's one of those, too, where I just flip it on and I've got it. No matter where I pick it up, it's a dropping of the remote and clearing of the schedules just to end it.
Oh,
and it really is just truly remarkable. And you are incredible in it, Ray. Is there one scene? I know you said you've only seen the movie twice, which blows me away. Is there one scene that you're most proud of as an actor, that you had the page handed to you by Scorsese and the rest of the crew that had De Niro and Pesci, and you nailed it in a specific way, that you held your own in a manner, certainly if it's just your fourth film of your career. Is there any scene like that?
Like that really well, all of them, really. I guess, this sounds sad, but it's been so long now. Mm-hmm. So I find out on a Friday about my mom, and so I finished that scene, went home for the funeral, and came back, and it's the scene, the happiest scene in the movie, where Lorraine comes to me and says, who do you think you are, Frankie Valli? Yeah. Right, there's that. And that was, you know, whoa, 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 and it's kind of jovial, and after what I just went through, there, you know, we had to do that scene, so that kind of stands out as not, it's just memorable in the sense of what just went on and what we had to do.
Ray Liotta is here.
Just brought the show down, didn't it?
No, not at all. This is, to me, this is fascinating. Anything that you can reveal about this. But I'd like to take a break. When we come back, I do want to talk about, obviously, Texas Rising and a little bit of Field of Dreams, and then send you on your way. But before you do, you either have to bust that thing completely wide open and sharpie
No, but I'm afraid now I'm going to really, like, split it.
Well, we'll figure it out. And at this point in time, I want to rip the back off to see if there's something that says it's authentic.
It probably says Fugazi.
And then go...
I got him.
I would be maybe it's just this one word, Fugazi. You've been had, you know. We're back with Ray Liotta here on the Rich Eisen Show in just 60 ticks of the clock. Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show. I am here with the star of the upcoming television event on History Channel, Texas Rising, Ray Liotta. Before we do hit your current project that, again, debuts Memorial Day night this coming Monday at 9 Eastern on History Channel, Field of Dreams is one of the more classic sports movies, but to me, it is like a father-son story.
Yeah,
potentially more than that. Sports is the prism, I guess, through which a father-son story is told, and you being Shoeless Joe Jackson to bring father and son together. What was it like when you first received that script and you read that script, Field of Dreams?
I didn't understand it at all. I said, I can't believe this guy, like he has a cornfield and then he puts up a baseball field. It made no sense to me, and it was only my third movie, and I just wasn't movie savvy at all, but it was with a good group of people, and I started, there's a few of us, Andy Garcia, Kevin Costner, Stephen Bauer. We all used to hang out before any of us started making movies. So we would play paddle tennis all the time, extremely competitive. So I knew Kevin from that, and yeah, I had no idea. And then training for it, and there's I can out myself now. You know, Shoeless Joe batted lefty, threw righty.
Right.
I bat righty, throw lefty.
Right.
I was Rod Dato, the coach of USC, who won more national championships in collegiate sports than anyone, and Donnie Buford, who used to play for the Orioles.
Sure.
They were. I was working out with them.
Your advisors on that?
Yeah.
In that way?
And I was doing it, you know, left-handed, and I guess they thought we were really going to compete because my swing was stilted, but they weren't as smooth as they are now when they played. A lot of it looks kind of stilted early on. And I think we could have faked the right hand, but they said, well, you know, he doesn't look like he's like really a ball player, so they switched it back to what I was, and I just rationalized it, well, you know, he didn't come back from the dead from a cornfield, so I guess he could have switched.
That's a good rationalization,
because it was only my third movie, I couldn't like say, no, guys, we're going to make this work. Then they said they were going to do the Gary Cooper thing in Pride of the Yankees, where they switched
Reverse
the
it.
Yeah,
Sure.
I thought they said they were going to do that, and then they didn't. So.
And
I was listening to Monday Night, there used to be Monday Night Baseball with Tim McCarver.
Sure.
Right? And he used to say it. Well, I wish I could curse. He mentioned, oh, I like the movie, but Shoeless Joe Jackson, he didn't bat that way. You know, I was like, oh, shut up.
Well, I mean, you know.
I was outed on national TV.
But as you could say, also, there's not many cornfields out of which dead baseball players come. You know what I mean? So
totally.
There's that. There's sort of a suspension of disbelief that would be required.
Better have that for that.
Field of Dreams, right? Yeah. And just the scene at the end, you know, where you basically bring father and son together and then step out.
Yeah.
It's every time it's over, I call my dad. You know, it
really?
just, it gets me choked up. It just, I mean, what a scene that is to just bring
for guys, there's not many like that.
No.
You know, there's not, this is our beaches, I guess, or whatever.
It is our beaches. Yeah, it is that sort of thing. It just does choke me up. And then you worked with some great actors in that one as well, with James Earl Jones and Burt Lancaster.
Yeah, man.
Right?
I remember I got a great picture of all of us on at the house on the porch. You know, those beautiful open porches outside.
Sure.
There's a great picture of all of us. And James Earl Jones, great guy. Burt Lancaster, I just watched. He was in his 80s then. I think he just flew in from Italy to do the movie, so he was a little, I was going to say crotchety, but he was just tired.
Yes.
He was tired that day.
He's Burt Lancaster.
Yeah,
right.
So
I'm here with Ray Liotta. Texas Rising. Let's talk about this. This is coming up on History Channel, coming up on Monday night at 9 Eastern Time. What about this role attracted you to it, Ray?
I was never asked to do a Western. You know, usually it's urban things, so the fact that just that alone, it intrigued me. It's a 10-hour miniseries, so the script was like that, but as soon as they said Western, I just dove into it, and it was fascinating. I'm from New Jersey, and you said Staten Island. Did you know much of the Alamo or anything about it growing up?
No.
Yeah. And I always remember the Alamos because we won, but basically we got slaughtered, and that's what they're remembering, so that seemed odd to me. And just the fact of being on horseback, and there's a great transition. I wake up in a pit to see my dead daughter, my dead son, my dead wife, and I just flip out and just go nuts on the bad guys. And but later on in the piece, I end up in a church, and it all starts coming back to me that oh my gosh, I was a religious guy, and here I am killing all these people, and things start penetrating of who I really am deep down, and there's a nice change and transition to it. But there's great actors in it: Bill Paxton, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Chris McDonald, who you saw, just really good people in it.
Yeah.
And it was fun, and Roland Joffe directed it.
Wow.
And this is the first show ever to be on TV that's widescreen. And he was the perfect person to do it because, The Mission and Killing Fields were great movies.
Sure.
Speaking of the 70s movies, and he just shot it beautifully.
And that's going to be, again, on History Channel coming up on Monday night. And anytime you want to come back here, Ray, drinks, they're on the house.
Wow, thank you.
See what I'm saying?
I got you.
You see
I
what
got you.
You know what I'm doing?
You're not a fugazi.
I'm not.
You're for real.
Man, I'm telling you what, I don't want this conversation to end, but we all have to go on with our lives, and I know you got other places to go. Thank you for coming in here, and thanks again. I mean it. Goodfellas, to me, that is it. Period. End of story.
Oh, thanks, man.
And for everything that you've done with that movie, I can't believe you've only seen it twice.
Yeah.
But don't worry, I'll watch it more for you.
All right, thanks.
Okay. Ray, thanks for coming in.
Thanks. I
You
appreciate
bet.
it.
Ray Liotta is here. Watch Texas Rising.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.